Hi there, I'm Dr. Danielle Jenkins, an audiologist and someone who's worn hearing aids for most of their life. I know firsthand how much better life is when things are sounding nice and clear, but I also know firsthand how easy it is to fall off track with taking care of your hearing aids. So, today what I'm going to do is show you exactly how I clean my hearing aids, the same way I show all of my patients, so you can keep yours sounding nice and clear. So the first thing that we're going to do is wipe the hearing aid down and keep it clean of any dust, debris, dead skin, wax, anything that could have built up on the hearing aid from use. So for this, you're going to need a clean, dry cloth. You should have gotten one of these nice microfiber cloths with your hearing aid kit. You can also use a dry tissue. That will work fine as well. And you will want a brush tool. So you may have gotten something that looks like this, or something like this with a little brush here at the end of it. You might have also gotten something that maybe looks like this, like a little bottle brush. Really just depends on who your hearing aid manufacturer is. If you, for some reason, have misplaced one of your brushes or don't have that, a clean, dry toothbrush also works perfectly fine. The goal here is to brush your hearing aid microphones clear, clean of any debris. You can also come down here, brush any wax off, or use the opposite side to pick any wax out. If you're somebody who uses a custom ear mold instead of one of these domes, you're going to do the same thing. Brush wax off, keep that clean and clear. Come up here, brush those microphones off. We're just trying to get any debris off of those hearing aids. You can also use your cloth to wipe any oil, moisture, or debris off of the hearing aid. Again, keeping that casing nice and clear, wiping that wire down, and wiping that earpiece off. Okay? All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is the earpiece. So some of you may have one of these custom earpieces right here. If this is you, this video does not apply to you. Go ahead and look for the next portion that talks about cleaning out custom ear molds, okay? What we're talking about here today is domes, sometimes called ear tips. We've also heard cones, but basically it's this disposable rubber tip that goes right on the edge of that speaker at the end of your receiver wire. So it's the part that goes into your ear canal. So after some wear and tear, these can get dirty with wax. They can also get kind of a yellowish tinge to them from our oils of our skin. So what you're going to do is actually peel back and pull that dome off. Again, this is disposable, so we can actually toss this guy in the trash. And in your fitting kit, you should have gotten some sleeves of domes, right? Again, that sleeve may look different depending on who your manufacturer is, right? There's all different styles, but the concept is the same. What we're going to go ahead and do is turn this over, and we're going to pop one of these pockets open. Inside of this pocket is a new clean dome, just like that. And inside every dome is a small little hole. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this receiver wire and we're going to put it into that small little catch hole using the tip of my finger to just wedge it over the head of that speaker. This part is tricky, so give yourself some patience there. We want to make sure it's nice and snug on the edge of that receiver so that it's not going to pop off in our ear. You can see that guy is on there nice and tight. Okay? All right, the next thing we're going to be talking about is how to change out your wax filter. Now, this is the most common thing that patients ask us about. So what we're going to talk about is when you would want to do this. So the wax filter is this little filter that is underneath that dome, and it sits right on top of your speaker wire, right? If you're somebody who has a custom ear mold, you'll see that it's right there at the tip of that ear mold, and that is to keep earwax from getting inside of this speaker. So if you ever put the hearing aid on, you know that it's charged or that your battery is working, and you can't hear any sound, chances are that wax filter is clogged. So again, we're going to remove that dome. If you have an ear mold, it's right there, it's accessible to you. And you're going to go ahead and change this out. So again, with your fitting kit, you should have gotten some packages of wax filters, some replacement filters. They may look different depending on who your manufacturer is, right? Sometimes they look like this with little tabs. Other times they're going to be these packages with these black sticks. You may also see something that looks more of like a circle. Depends on who your manufacturer is and what the model of hearing aid is. So for these ones, we're going to be using these black Oticon wax filters that have these little pull tabs. So I'm going to pull this tab right out of there. And you can see there's a brand new wax filter on there, and there's also a little pick right here. So now that I've got that dome off of the end of that receiver, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take that little pick and push it inside of my dirty wax filter to pull it out. Then I'm going to go ahead and push the new one in, and voila! This guy can now go in the trash, and we can place that dome right back on top of that hearing aid, and we're good to go. If you are using a custom mold, again, same concept, it just might look a little bit different in terms of packaging. We're going to go ahead and push that pick in, take the old filter out, push the new one back in, and throw this guy in the trash. And that's all there is to it. Okay, the last thing we're going to talk about is how to clean out your vent filter if you are somebody who uses a custom ear mold with your hearing aid. A vent filter is an airflow hole that has been placed in your mold to allow sound to resonate through properly. Now, this can get clogged with earwax, so with your hearing aid kit, you should have received a cleaning tool that looks like this. You may also have something that looks more like this and maybe doesn't have a handle. They work exactly the same. What we're going to be doing is from the back side of the ear mold, right over here towards the end, opposite side of that receiver, we're going to push this in the hole, and you'll see that it should thread all the way through and then come out the other end right next to that wax filter. If there's any wax inside of that vent filter, you're going to see it pop right out there, and you should be good to go.